What's going on, guys? Tyler with Clean Cut Lawns, and today we're just bringing you a video on why you do not need a diesel truck. Now, I'm not going to say a diesel wouldn't be nice, but I'm going to say it's not necessary. And I got my buddy Sean here. You guys, he has a Chevrolet 2500 truck, and he wants to talk a little bit about that. Now, personally, I'm a Ford guy, but he likes Chevrolet, so we're going to let him talk about why you don't need a diesel truck.
Still filming?
There's Mountain Man.
What do you say? What's up, guys? So I get a lot of questions like, why did you buy a 2500 gasser? Well, for one, the cost. I mean, the cost of owning a gas truck is much less than a diesel. By the way, this is a 2013 Chevrolet 2500 with the gas 6.0. It is 4x4, not Z71 or any of that. It's just your base model. But really, cost to buy it in general. I mean, if I wanted the Duramax diesel and the Allison transmission, I would have been spending another 10-12 grand on the exact same truck. Plus, diesel fuel costs are higher. Not much, but it's enough to where if you fill up pretty regularly, it's going to add up very quickly. Then you get your oil changes, and how much more oil you got to put into a diesel than you do a gasser. It's just so much easier to do it on this and spend, you know, $50 compared to well over $100 to do a oil change for a diesel. Another thing is the weight. The weight of this truck doesn't compare nearly to a diesel, just because the motor itself doesn't weigh that much, so I'm not going through as many tires, and just wear and tear on the suspension and everything like that. I regularly haul just a single axle 6.5 by 14 foot landscape trailer with 1 or 2 mowers on it, so no, you don't need a diesel for that. And even now, I purchased a I believe a 7 foot by 18 foot dovetail to haul my new Mini X over there. And the Mini X weighs about 6,200 pounds, and with the trailer, I'd say it's all about between 8,000 and 9,000 pounds total that I'm hauling. And it does have trailer brakes. My truck has the tow haul mode and trailer brake hookup, so braking is not an issue. But you know, it would be nice to have a diesel sometimes, but in all reality, this truck pulls it just fine. I'm up here in western North Carolina, which you've heard before. It's pretty mountainous up where I'm at. I'm in the southern Jackson County area, and there's no such thing as a flat, straight road. You're constantly going up and down hills. So basically with this, well, all I really do is select the gear that I want to keep it in, which has the manual mode to put it in 1 through 6 gear, and in order to keep it from shifting all the time, I just keep it in 1 gear. You know, gas mileage around here, I average hauling a trailer right at 10.5 miles to the gallon, which is pretty, you know, which is known for these trucks. They're not meant for gas mileage, they're just meant to haul. You know, it's been a great truck, and unless I'm hauling something extremely heavy, I will not need a diesel. This has a tow rating of 14,000 pounds, which the most I've ever hauled, which I probably shouldn't have, was 15,000. And that was a 42-foot gooseneck, which broke down the South Carolina line and had to haul it up into North Carolina. And it wasn't a fast ride, but it made it. And it's just, I mean, it's all about preference. A lot of guys want to buy a diesel to be able to say they have one, roll a little coal every now and then, you know, which I think is cool too. But in all aspects, if you're looking to save money and get a truck that's built to work, I would just go with, you know, Ford, Dodge, or Chevy 2500 with the gas motor. You know, Nissan now has the diesel. I think Toyota's coming out with a heavier duty truck, but I like sticking with the American brands, and they're easier to get parts for, cheaper to work on, and all that. This truck also has a 5th wheel hitch, That's why I'm able to haul goosenecks if I need to. I don't do it often, but it definitely comes in handy. You know, it handles, I believe, most I've ever had payload in this truck is 4,000 pounds of creek rock. And yeah, it was squatting pretty good, but nothing broke, and it hauled it up the mountain just fine. So basically, I just thought it'd be informative for some of you guys who are in the market for a truck, thinking about a 2500. Just the cost of owning a diesel compared to a gas truck, and do you really need a diesel truck? Now, if I was down in the flatter areas, I'd say you don't need a diesel unless you're hauling over the max load of these, which is 15,000 pounds. But for most landscape guys, especially lawn care, you're not hauling but 2, 3, maybe 4 mowers, and that still isn't going to max out a truck like this. Now, if you get into the heavier skid steers, mini excavators and stuff, then yes, you may need to, just for the purpose of not for the max rating to tow on this truck. So, but I just wanted to give you guys, or show you guys my truck, and hopefully help out in any decision making you need to make about trucks.
Hey, tell us about the bumper.
Tell you about the bumper. Well, it's just your ranch hand grill guard bumper combination. They do sell just the grill guard, and they do sell just the bumper. Luckily, the truck had it on there when I bought it. Otherwise, they're not that cheap, I believe. I mean, they have to be shipped in from Texas. I'm pretty sure that's where they're all made. This one, compared to most, has the rhino liner, which I believe gives it that more masculine look, and it doesn't have that high gloss, which I'm not all into the glossy stuff anyways, because it's probably going to get scrubbed against something or anything like that. And I also like this one because it has the little hitch in the front. So if you're in a really tight spot and you still need to get a trailer out, then put your hitch in here, and then you can pull it out backwards, which may seem kind of odd to some people. And back here, another range hand product that I believe any work truck should have is a headache rack. I do some firewood during the summer and in the winter, and that has saved my back glass plenty of times from a piece of firewood going through it. I believe it looks good too. If you need to set something up against it, it won't be resting on your truck if you have some long pieces of wood or something, and it just bolts right into the bed. I don't believe these are all that expensive. Obviously this one did not get rhino lined. I plan to, just so it matches the bed and the front bumper, and eventually getting a new rear bumper just to match everything else. So
on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you like the headache rack and the bumper?
Oh, it's a 10 for sure. Now the bumper's not that necessary, because unless you're in like heavy deer country, which there are some up here, but you don't see them get hit that often, then I would recommend something like that just to save you a whole bunch of body damage. Yeah, you'll have some blood and fur to clean up, but or if somebody decides to cut out in front of you, then they're really going to be regretting that decision very quickly. And this, again, I feel like this is by far the most useful thing that ranch hand makes, just because they do have different styles. They do have that center part where it's more closed off. I like that being open because I can still see my gooseneck. I still have a clear view to the outside. And also another thing, in the winter, this helps keep frost, for some reason, from building up on my back glass. So while the whole truck may be covered in it, that back glass is still ice-free. I don't know why, but I guess it just offers enough protection somehow to keep frost from building up. Another thing, this truck did not come with tow mirrors. I guess in the gas and even the diesel trucks, they have the regular mirrors, but then I had the aftermarket tow mirrors hooked up, which tow mirrors are a must if you want to keep an eye on your trailer, making sure it's staying in between the lines, backing up, anything. And these have been a lifesaver. And another thing, while I'm thinking about it, if y'all own a truck without a reverse camera, I would highly, highly recommend one, especially if you're doing things by yourself. This one points almost directly at my hitch down here, And backing into a trailer by myself, which I do probably 90% of the time, I don't have to get out, check, back up again, check. I mean, literally the first first time every time, I'm right there at my trailer. So that was definitely well worth it. And on mine, it shows up in my rear view mirror. Some of the newer trucks have the big screen in the front, so you can see it there, but mine, I guess, was before that time, or this is just not the deluxe edition of this truck, so it just comes in at the rear view mirror.
Do you know any camera brands?
I do not. I'm guessing this is just a Chevrolet brand, because I'm guessing if you do own a Chevrolet truck, you could probably get this put in aftermarket. They'll just redo the latch configuration, and probably have to get a new rear view mirror unless your truck comes with a TV screen, and then you can put it in there. I've had this truck for a little over, I believe, 4 years now, and just been using it as a work truck, and I have no complaints about it at all. I believe it's up to about 60, I believe right at 60,000 miles. I don't put many miles on it, but for everything it's hauled, it normally always has a trailer behind it, and I have no complaints whatsoever.
One other thing I noticed about this ranch hand bumper, which I'm sure a lot of them are this way, but it is custom made for the truck. As you can tell, let me get even. The bar comes right there at the headlights, and it's that way on both sides. And then you got 2 holes for the tow hooks. I mean, it's a perfect fit for that truck. But anyway, I just wanted to add in my 2 cents. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
See y'all.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment on what your thoughts are on gas versus diesel. But don't be mean about it.